Alrighty, let's move on to this one. I have not read this article yet. We'll go through it live together, experience it together. Are we overreacting, folks? Are we overreacting? Could takes by fans be overreacting? I don't think so, but we'll see. Here we go. Scout's Notebook. Bucky Brooks explains why everyone's overreacting to the Jaguars' flirtation with Tim Tebow. Alrighty, did we overreact a little bit? We can't say it's an overreaction just quite yet, but we did spend 47 minutes on why Tim Tebow is garbage and shouldn't be a tight end. If y'all want to call that overreacting, okay, I can kind of see it, but I thought we had to explain everything, so we went in great detail of why he's not even a great quarterback, even though he spent his entire career at that position. And then he doesn't even match up at a real kind of physical size of what a tight end is in this league. So he couldn't make it as a quarterback, doing the quarterback every single year, every single day of his life, up through college, up until the NFL, and couldn't make it work then. But now he wants to be a tight end 9 years removed from the league, not even playing one snap at the tight end position. Oh, and did we remember when he tried out for the Patriots, and they're like, hey, you should probably slide over to the tight end position, because if not, you're going to be like our third string quarterback, maybe even fourth string. And honestly, we're going to cut you anyway, but you should probably switch over to tight end. And Tim Tebow was like, no, I will always be a quarterback. That's the only position. I will only be a quarterback, and I'm going to be good, and I'm going to be great. I just want a playoff game, and you want me to move over to tight end? Come on, I'm going to be the next Tom Brady out here. What are you talking about? And Bill Belichick was like, you're out. You're fired. Get out of here. And Tim Tebow was like, hey, what? I'm fired? You're just going to let me go? And Bill's like, you're still here? I told you to leave. Get out of here. And that security has to escort Tim Tebow out of the Patriots facility. But let's see what Bucky Brooks is saying that we are overreacting to. Let's see. Alrighty. Here we go. Bucky Brooks, everybody. Nothing sets off the Twitterverse like Tim Tebow, but I do not understand the outrage spawning from the Jacksonville Jaguars' interest in the former Heisman Trophy winner. Jeez, you're going to bring up the Heisman Trophy winner to make your argument of why this man's going to be good 9 years removed from the league? All right, I see we're already reaching already, but let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Anything else good here? What is he saying? While this situation is undeniably unique, yes it is, with a 33-year-old attempting to transition from a quarterback to a tight end after an extended football layoff, I think the furor over Urban Meyer kicking the tires on one of the most decorated former players is over the top. One of the most decorated former players? One of the most decorated former players? What? The man's played in the NFL for 3 seasons, folks, and he's one of the most decorated former players? Oh my God, what are we saying out here? Are we nuts? In the NFL, coaches are prone to have pet cats who accompany them whenever they change teams. For instance, this offseason, we've seen Keanu Neal and DeMonte Kazee follow Dan Quinn to Dallas. Casey Hayward recently joined Gus Bradley in Las Vegas, and Kyle Fuller returned to Vic Fangio in Denver. Oh, okay. I saw Richard Sherman not get picked right back up by Robert Saleh. So, I mean, it's not like, oh, my goodness, I have to have him on my team because, oh, my God, he played for me once. It's not like that. I mean, you still have to judge talent. They still have to be good. That's why, unfortunately, Robert Saleh is not calling. Why is Robert Saleh not calling Richard Sherman? Folks, we've been talking about that all offseason. It makes no sense to us. So, yes, there are coaches are prone to have pet cats. Oh, okay. But not Robert Saleh and Richard Sherman, so it doesn't need to be Urban Meyer and Tim Tebow. In addition, we've seen coaches add veterans with diminished games for reasons that go beyond the stat sheet, like John Gruden signing Jason Witten last year to serve as a mentor for a young Raiders roster, and Adam Gase added Frank Gore to the Jets lineup to provide more leadership in the locker room. Okay, did any of those players make the team better? Because the Raiders still struggled at the end of the season, and Adam Gase is still the worst head coach of all time. So this is not a good argument still that is being made here. What the? This man brings up Adam Gase and John Gruden trying to make the Urban Meyer situation look good. Those are not the coaches to bring up, folks. I cannot believe what people are saying out here. Alrighty. These reunions are driven by coach-player relationships built on trust, and Tebow's potential opportunity is another example. Meyer not only knows Tebow, but he trusts him implicitly due to their collective success at the University of Florida. The duo claimed a pair of national titles for the Gators, with the QB1 acting as an extension of the head coach as the team's undisputed leader. So he's an ass kisser. Okay, congrats. Tim Tebow, you're going to be playing for the Jags because you kiss Urban Meyer's ass so much. Congrats. If that's how you want to, be a pro football player, is that why you couldn't make it in baseball, because there was no asses to kiss? I would say that's probably correlation. Most importantly, they built a bond based on mutual respect, admiration, and maniacal competitiveness. Given all that, it's not that hard to understand why Meyer would consider bringing in his former star pupil after the latter expressed an interest in returning to the NFL at a different position. All right, we have not signed him. Meyer clarified on Chris Collinsworth podcast. We went over that. There's a thought going around. He was the best. Yeah. I mean, these were the reasons that, Urban Meyer was kind of saying why they were bringing him in. He was in the best shape of his life. He asked if he could work out for the coaches. He did. They told him what to work on. He came back. He did it. He's still in the great shape. He's catching balls good, blah, blah, blah. With all that said, I'll admit that Tebow's sudden reemergence in the NFL would initially start that back. All that said, I'll admit that Tebow's sudden reemergence in the NFL world initially raised my eyebrows, and I come at this as a former player scout, current league-wide analyst, and in the interest of full disclosure, a Jaguars contributor in preseason color guy. Tim hasn't played in NFL regular season games since December of 2012. That's if that's not the main reason why you don't want Tim Tebow on your team, I don't know what to tell you. Moreover, of his 3 NFL seasons, so not only did he not play a game since December 2012, he only played 3 seasons, folks. That is the average lifespan of a not good player, of a not kind of superstar player in the NFL. And that's exactly what Tim Tebow is. Not a superstar, not an all-star, not even an above-average talent. He's a below-average garbage player. That gives you 3 seasons. He's ran his course. Don't bring him back 9 years later. It makes 0 sense. Moreover, of his 3 NFL seasons, only one was spent primarily as a starter. So he hasn't played since 2012. He only played 3 seasons, and only one of those seasons he was the primary starting quarterback. So what the hell are we even talking about? Why do we even need to go on even further? What are we talking about here? The rest of the time, he was basically a gadget curiosity. If anybody ever calls you a gadget curiosity, you leave. You leave that profession, that organization, that job, whatever it is, because that means you are garbage. You're a gadget curiosity. What the hell? I would not want to be called a gadget curiosity, folks. So that's what we got. Tim Tebow's a gadget curiosity. Oh, my gosh. All right, what else do we get here? What else is this man? What is this man's point? What is this man's point? Here we go. Considering it has been over a decade since Tebow posted solid athletic testing numbers at the NFL Scouting Combine, it's been over a decade since he put up decent numbers? A 4.71 40-yard dash? Oh my gosh, y'all are going back to his combine days? Considering it has been over a decade since Tebow posted solid athletic testing numbers at the NFL Scouting Combine. 4.71 40-yard dash, 38.5-inch vertical leap, 4.17 20-yard shuffle, 6.66 second 3-cone drill. The veteran faces long odds in shaking off the rust and transitioning to a brand new position. Oh, gee, you think? The former signal caller must adjust to playing out of a three-point stance while mastering the art of blocking and route running. In addition, he must exhibit the toughness and physicality to be an extension of the offensive line in the trenches and show enough competence as a pass catcher to be a credible threat in the aerial attack. Folks, you cannot teach a old dog new tricks. You cannot teach a garbage quarterback tight end skills. Come on. Still, while it's only natural to assume Tebow would struggle too much to make such a significant change at his advanced age, I was surprised by the optimism expressed to me by a former NFL tight ends coach. A former NFL tight ends coach, so he's not in the league anymore. So we're taking advice from a former NFL tight end coach on a former NFL player, a former NFL quarterback that has been removed 9 years from this league and now wants to go to the tight end, and you're gonna clamp onto that small little anecdotal fact about this man. So let's see what this former NFL tight ends coach is saying about Tim Tebow. Here it is, quote: Tebow is the perfect piece of clay to mold. Oh my God, this man's a piece of clay. They're calling him a gadget curiosity and a piece of clay, and everybody wants to get this man on your team. What are we doing, yo? For real? What are we even talking about Tim Tebow for? I can't even believe it. I cannot believe the words people are using on this man. Tebow is the perfect piece of clay to mold. Said the former coach, who has experience training former basketball players as tight ends. Quote, and how many of those have made it to the highest level of the league? Not many. Quote, he has toughness, intelligence, length, strength, and physicality. Plus, quarterbacks normally have excellent ball skills. Plus, quarterbacks normally have excellent ball skills. Well, Tebow doesn't. He had like 55% completion percentage. That was as high as he's ever hit. He had 49 at 1 year, folks. Come on, folks. What are we talking about here? Alrighty, we a couple more sentences here and then we wrap it up. But that was a quote by the former NFL tight ends coach. Plus, quarterbacks normally have excellent ball skills. What about making a position switch at age 33? Quote, once again, by the former NFL tight ends coach, quote, by all accounts, he is in amazing shape and his competitive nature is off the charts. He has a chance to pull it off. He has a chance to pull it off. He has a chance to pull it off, folks. This is the language that they're using for a 33-year-old Make-A-Wish kid that couldn't get it done in baseball. So now he has to come back to the NFL and beg and plead to get another chance instead of just going and taking a chance on an actual tight end from the draft who's young and still can mold. You can mold. Everybody's moldable, folks. What are we talking about? So the fact that you would potentially pass up an opportunity to bring in an actual tight end, and not even just this year's draft class, in yet last year's draft class, in 2019's draft class, 2018, 2017, 2016, 2015, 2014, 2013. You're telling me none of those tight ends that, went undrafted deserve a shot more than Tim Tebow that has proven that he cannot get it done in the NFL? Alrighty. Let's finish up this story by, what's this man's name again? Bucky Brooks. Just to remember to never take whatever he says as anything ever again. Anything oh my Jesus. Anything that Bucky Brooks says will just hold no weight to now. Sure, Tebow is oh my God, folks. Sure, Tebow is unlikely to emerge as a Pro Bowl caliber playmaker, but he has the potential to fill a role as a Blake Bell-like contributor. The former Oklahoma quarterback has carved out a nice NFL career as a tight end 2, tight end 3. Tebow could follow a similar path to emerge as a rotational player, special teams contributor if he flashes enough athleticism and skill to stay on the field as a tight end / H-back. The potential signing of Tim Tebow has drawn in the ire of football fans far and wide, but such a move could be designed to bolster Jacksonville's new culture while adding depth at a position of need. Long story short, it's understandable that this coach could kick these particular tires. I cannot believe it, folks. So everybody is. So this man tells us why everybody's overreacting to the Jaguars' flirtation with Tim Tebow, while literally saying nothing of substance of why we should not be overreacting. Okay. This is nonsense, folks. If Tim Tebow's in the league, I will not root for Urban Meyer. I will not root for the Jaguars at all this season. Simple as that. The man does not deserve to be in this league. That's it. He's trash. He's garbage. Tim Tebow's garbage. Hey, Tebow, you're a garbage NFL player. I don't know what else y'all want from me. That's it. Tim Tebow is garbage at football. Simple. But here we are, Bucky Brooks, everybody else saying, hey, we're all overreacting. Okay. He's a mold of clay. He's a gadget curiosity. Y'all just called him that, and you want him on your team. Laughable. Truly laughable. We got to move on because it's just nonsense at this point, folks. It's nonsense.